Okay, so I'm very pleased to introduce our great rehabilitative services team. We have Lisa Warren, who's our occupational therapist, and Meredith DeFranco, our physical therapist. Hopefully many of you have met them before, and if not, you may want to. They have a lot of, they have an innovative thinking, which is to do preventative therapy, not just responsive, meaning don't wait until somebody has injuries or falls, but rather go ahead and prevent those things. So getting in earlier for therapy. And with them, we also have Heather Simpson and Shankar. So we have our whole rehabilitative staff, and we're going to do some fun things today.
Thank you. All right, good morning. I'm Lisa Warren. We're going to get started with our talk. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the importance of exercise and go over a few pieces of adaptive equipment that we have found to be useful. In the beginning, we will describe to you what occupational therapy and physical therapy is. Does anyone need one of the stretchy bands, the exercise bands? Raise your hand if you do. Heather's walking around, the blue shirt, and she'll be happy to give you one. Amanda. So today's discussion, again, about physical therapy and occupational therapy, just what those services are, adaptive equipment, and the importance of exercise.
What can you expect from physical therapy? As the physical therapist on the team, I like to meet you early on in the disease process, get to know you, and find out specifically how Parkinson's is impacting your daily life. Everybody's physical therapy assessment and treatment will be different because everybody's Parkinson's is different. But as the physical therapist, the main things that I like to focus on, a hot topic is fall prevention. Parkinson's doesn't take you out of the equation of life, but a serious fall will. Also, wellness promotion. The best things you can do for yourself are exercise, eat well, sleep well, drink enough water, and I'm happy to talk to you through different changes you can make in your life that'll make a big difference in how you feel. Also, enhancing your mobility. Parkinson's makes you stiff, it makes you rigid, it makes it difficult to get in and out of bed. We are your team that will help get you out of bed in the morning and moving throughout your day in an improved fashion. Enhance your cardiovascular endurance. Parkinson's makes you tired. At the end of the day, you've got no get up and go. If we can find a way to improve your cardiovascular strength and endurance, you will feel a lot better when you're combating your Parkinson's. Posture re-education. Parkinson's tries to pull you down and forward. At the end of the presentation, I will give you my favorite postural exercises to get you up sitting a little bit straighter. And then also, just as I mentioned before, to improve your quality of life. Every program will be different, but I want to know what's important to you and how we can get you back doing the things you like to do.
Occupational therapy, to restore or improve performance in daily activities. It's the things you do every day, those purposeful activities that all of us participate in. It's also your hobbies, your leisure activities, the things that interest you. We want to make sure that you can maintain those, that you can continue to do the things that are important to you. If you can't do them at the level you did a few years ago, then we want to figure out how you can do those at your current level. So the goal is to develop or maintain the capacity to perform with satisfaction the tasks and roles that are important to you, those meaningful activities. So one of the things that we'll talk about quite a bit are your activities of daily living, and those are just the things that I've described. So we want to develop a routine for safe self-care, everything that you have to do in the morning, from showering, dressing, toileting, grooming, all of those things. You need to make sure that you can do those as independently as possible and as safe as possible. And discuss strategies for managing fatigue. As Meredith had mentioned, Parkinson's can be very fatiguing, so I want to work with you on energy conservation, your energy. Teach adaptive techniques for cueing strategies for performance and safety with these are some of the things that we address. Writing, handwriting, that is so often a problem with Parkinson's. So we work with you on how to improve that and to be able to write easier and more legibly. Just simply feeding yourself. Sometimes that's very difficult with tremors, whether scooping the food, cutting the food, or even getting it to your mouth. That can often be challenging. Dressing, buttoning a shirt, buttoning pants, tying shoes can be very difficult. Toileting, on and off the toilet, toilet hygiene can become difficult. Showering safely, if you're having to step over the side of the bathtub, are you able to do that safely? And computer use, that's becoming more and more common and more difficult as Parkinson's progress to use the keyboard and use the computer successfully. So we'll work on that as well. So our goals of treatment in physical therapy and occupational therapy are to minimize those impairments and promote your ability to function despite the limitations that you're experiencing. We want to reduce the risk of falls and the number of falls that you're having, increase safety, and promote independence. That's what it's all about, is keeping you safe and independent. So with that, we establish an individualized plan, because as Meredith mentioned, it's different for everyone. Each of you are experiencing different issues with your Parkinson's. So the plan that we develop is based on what you're experiencing and what difficulties you're having. We also work with the caregivers and the families too to help them understand what's going on and what to expect. Talk about the expectations.
So what kind of things can you expect, and how do we accomplish our goals? The different things that we prescribe include stretches, exercises. Lisa does the fine motor coordination and the hand manipulation exercises. We teach you compensatory techniques. If there's something you're not able to do successfully, we'll teach you a trick, a way to trick the Parkinsons and get you back doing the things you like to do, as simply as rolling over in bed. If you bend your knees, you have a much easier time rolling against that rigidity from the Parkinsons. Education. Education is one of the biggest things we do all day long. Knowledge is power against Parkinson's, and the more we can teach you early on, the better you will be prepared to fight later in the disease process. And then adaptive equipment recommendations. This is what we're going to be talking about next in the portion of the presentation. Maybe we can't restore that movement that you need, but we probably have a piece of equipment that'll help you facilitate whatever you need to do to accomplish your activities of daily living. We had a comment from the audience before we started, and it's not that we're only going to teach you how to get on and off the toilet or in and out of bed, but something that I do every single day as well is exercise. Talk about exercise. For the very high-level functioning patients, I need to teach you what kind of exercises are good for you, how often you should be doing them, which ones are going to make you feel the best, and then I want you doing them 5 to 6 days a week. Exercise is one of the most powerful tools you have to fight Parkinson's, because it's going to decrease the progression of the disease. Okay, so why do we have these pieces of equipment for you all? What kind of things can they do? They help facilitate self-care, as Lisa will show you with some of her neat utensils that we have. Mobilize. A lot of people around the room have the walkers because they help you move faster, they help you feel safer, they help protect you against falls in line with the decreased fall risk. They help you become independent or stay independent. We know nobody wants to be pushed around by their caregiver in a wheelchair. If I can give you a piece of equipment that keeps you from falling and enables you to be able to walk by yourself independently, I think that's a win for all of us. And then also to increase the speed of performance. As we know, the rigidity and the stiffness from Parkinson's makes you move slower. If I can give you something that gives you a giddy up and go, I will do that for you. All right, so we're going to have a little quiz game here. Let's see how much you all know about equipment. Anybody know what this one is?
A socket, that's right. So this is a really handy device.
Oops.
This is a firm plastic, half-moon shaped piece of material that is slide on over. So you would hold it in your lap, you would slide the sock on. Not loud enough. And slide your foot into it with it down on the floor. And then as you pull the straps, it just slides the sock right onto your foot, over your heel and onto your foot. So anyone who's having difficulty bending over or bringing that foot up to them, then this is a great way to put your sock on without having to put yourself in a painful position. So that is called a sock aid.
Anybody know what this one is? Absolutely. Anybody know what the significance of a laser cane includes?
making a step.
There's a very well-educated patient. So as I mentioned, some things with Parkinson's become difficult to accomplish, but that doesn't mean that your movements are lost altogether. If you are experiencing freezing of gait, there are many different techniques and cues that we can implement to try to trick your brain to facilitate movement. Lasers, the tape lines that you'll see all around the clinic if you come to visit us, those are visual cues that help give your foot a placement point to step on, to step over, to step through, and that can help decrease freezing of gait. There's also other cues that we can trick you, such as listening to music, counting, tapping to different beats. All these pieces of equipment and different tricks that we have and can teach you in therapy can be very useful to overcome some of the barriers that Parkinson's puts in front of you.
There's a laser pen also that is sold maybe at Walmart, I think, that ball.
Absolutely. And we've had patients, unfortunately, this piece of equipment is not covered by insurance yet, but we've had patients that are very clever, because I can't tell you how many Parkinson's patients I have met that are very well educated and unique individuals. They create their own. They take a pen from Walmart or a laser pointer, and they jimmy it to their own cane that they got at Publix for $10, and there you go. Save yourself $130. Why not? We're happy to problem solve with you. Anybody know what that one is?
A button hook, yeah. I probably recommend this more than anything. So the button hook takes all the fine motor out of buttoning a shirt. So if you have shaky hands or decreased coordination, this button hook, it goes through the buttonhole, hooks the button, and then it just pulls it through. So all you have to do is have a little bit of a grip, and you can use a button hook and button your shirt a whole lot easier if you're struggling with that.
Actually, don't think I saw any of these in here this morning. Anybody know what this one is? U-step walker. It's a little bit different than the rollator that's sitting here against the wall. And the reason that it's different is the mechanism of action is different than a rollator walker. With the rollator walkers, you squeeze the handle and that engages the brake. With this one, you have to squeeze the handle to make the walker go. And why that's beneficial, if you have festination, and that festination is the shuffling gait that you get going, your weight gets in front of you, and sometimes you go forward and fall like a ton of bricks. If you're experiencing some of that festination, you can let go, and this heavier, more substantial walker will catch you. The second thing that's unique about this walker, it also has a laser, like the laser cane. So for our individuals that have a lot of freezing, a lot of festination, this walker is sometimes a very good choice. But what I would caution, come and try it. We have them in clinic. I'd prefer, come let us talk you through it. Let's see if it works for you before you go and invest, because they are pretty expensive. And they're heavy, they're kind of cumbersome, so it's not one size fits all. And as part of your rehab team, we like to fit you for the appropriate devices instead of going on the internet, searching for things, not knowing how to use them properly. I have a lot of patients that will go and buy walkers at Walmart, and they don't even know that they lock or that they fold to get them into and out of their cars. They've gone and bought new vehicles to try to put a walker in there that could have just been folded and stuck into their car. So please, use us for what we have. We have knowledge and tricks and toys for you. Anybody know what that one is?
Long-handled sponge, that's correct. So this is for those of you that are having some balance difficulties in the shower. You're unable to reach your lower body safely. Instead of hanging onto the walls, this long-handled sponge will allow you to reach your lower body without bending too far or without trying to balance on one foot. Something that Meredith had mentioned about coming to see us before you invest in some of this. We have all of these pieces of equipment in the clinic. So if you do think you're in need of some of these, then be sure and get an appointment with your physical therapist, occupational therapist. Hopefully that's us if you're local. And let us try some of these things out with you. Chances are if you're needing some of this equipment, there may be some other things that are going on that you're having difficulty with, and we'll look into those as well. Okay, anybody know what this is? This has a lot of names. Okay, reacher is actually the technical term for it, but I've heard it called a lot of different things. So this is handy, again, if you're having difficulty reaching down to the floor or reaching in the cabinets overhead. Perhaps when you try to do those things, you do lose your balance, or you're having back pain and it's difficult to reach here or there. The problem I have with this is that if your tremors are really bad, sometimes adding an extension onto the end of your arm is not beneficial because it will shake as well. So this is something we would want to try out and see if it is helpful to you. I will tell you that Lowe's and Home Depot also carry these, and they're pretty durable because the guys that mow the lawn use them to pick up the trash from the lawnmowers, and so they're really durable, very heavy duty ones there. All right, what about this? Anybody have any idea what this is? It's a tub bench, yeah, and this is a deluxe tub bench. This is a really fancy one. So the benefit of this is that it allows you to shower in a seated position, but for those of you that don't have a stall shower, you don't have a walk-in shower, you have to step over the side of the tub. The nice thing about this is it's made for you to sit down on it outside of the tub, and then you place your feet over the edge of the tub and slide over. So it completely eliminates that stepping over the side of the tub if that's difficult for you. This one is padded, and as I said, this is a deluxe. So this one's a rather expensive model. Medicare does not pay for these, unfortunately, and they can be really expensive. But you can get some less expensive ones at Walgreens. CVS carries them as well, and online. They're usually not padded. They're a firmer, hard plastic, but they can still serve the same purpose. But again, the best thing about this is that you can sit down outside the tub and then just slide over. Completely eliminate stepping over the side. All right, what about this? We're actually looking at this piece right here. Rocker knife, yeah. So I mentioned before that feeding yourself can become difficult. Cutting food is a two-handed activity. It requires coordination of both hands. One has to stabilize the food and the other one has to saw it. And if you're having some difficulty with your coordination, which is typical with Parkinson's, then that can become very difficult. Or if you have tremors or poor coordination on one side, but the other side is still functioning pretty well, this can be very beneficial. The knife is rounded, so it doesn't cut with a sawing action like our typical knives. It cuts with just a rocking. The food doesn't have to be stabilized with the other hand, so it takes a lot of that coordination of two hands out of it, and you can cut the food just by rocking the knife. Something else I tell folks who are having difficulty cutting food is if you have a pizza cutter, one of those pizza wheels, try that. That's made to cut with one hand. So give that a shot if you have that in your drawer at home and see if you can cut. It's not going to cut the steaks, the thicker foods, but it will certainly cut pizza. It'll cut salad. It'll cut the cooked vegetables and things like that. Cut a sandwich in half. So give that a shot and see if you can increase your independence just with that. All right, what about this? This has a high side on it. Any idea? It's a scoop bowl, correct. So this frustrates me so much. They always photograph it in the wrong position. The high side should be towards you. And what it is it provides a wall for you to scoop against. If you can't use two hands to scoop the food, or you're chasing the peas all over the plate and then all over the table, this, you scoop the food against the wall and it just puts it onto the spoon or the fork. This is a bowl. You can also get what's called a plate guard, which just goes around any dinner plate. It just attaches to your dinner plates and it serves the same purpose. It's just a wall for you to scoop against to put the food on the fork. As simple as scooping seems, it really does require quite a bit of coordination to do that.
Ready?
All right, so now we're going to exercise. Does everybody have some TheraBand, the stretchy bands? All right, so let's show you some exercises that you can do at home. Model. Yes, all right, Meredith's going to be our model and show you how to do this.
Not a joke.
This first one, grab pretty close to the middle of the TheraBand. Put your hands in the middle, close to the middle, pretty close together. Yeah, and now stretch up and overhead like our model. and pull down. Now, the closer your hands are to the middle, the harder it's going to be. If it's too easy, then you have your hands too far apart. You need to tighten up on it. Mr. Acton, get your hands closer together. That's way too easy. All right. Easy one to do at home and an easy one to do while you're sitting. All right. It's good for opening up the chest. Helps get us out of that posture down this way that Parkinson's pulls us into. Okay. All right. Next one. You're going to place the TheraBand behind you and under your arms. So get it behind you and under your arms so that you have one end of it in both hands. All right, and now you're going to push your hands forward until your elbows are straight. If the TheraBand is too short, do one arm at a time. If you have enough length on it, you can do both. Straight out from the shoulder till your elbow is straight. So make sure it's coming under your arms, not over the top of your arms, so you'll cut off your circulation.
There's a lot of new research out in the physical therapy world about boxing and Parkinson's disease, and we do a lot of boxing in our exercise class, and it seems to be very therapeutic for the patients, and for some reason most of my patients would like to hit me. I don't know why. It's good exercise, good stress reliever, so this stimulates that boxing type movement.
Now, a component that you can add to it that Meredith is doing, keep doing that, Meredith, is she's going across her body. So notice how she's twisting at the waist. She's getting that trunk rotation, which Parkinson's takes away from us. Makes us very rigid and stiff. So you can do this going across your body so that you're twisting from the waist. Good. All right. Okay, this one, stay in your chairs, do not get on the floor, like this model. You're going to wrap the TheraBand around your foot, just 1 foot. Let's do 1 foot here. So reach down and just loop it under your foot. Yeah, hold on tight to it. Hold on to the very ends of it. And then you're going to row, so pull back. Squeeze those elbows back behind you. We want to bring those shoulder blades together. Again, getting you out of that posture, bringing you into an erect posture. So squeeze those shoulder blades when you come back.
Lead with your elbows.
Elbows come back. Don't bend at the waist. I want you to sit up nice and tall. You shouldn't bend at the waist at all. Just have your arms doing all of the movement. Because if you're bending, then you're doing it from your back. We want your arms doing this.
And if the foot doesn't work for you, you can always loop it around a doorknob at home or on the back of a chair, or have somebody hold it for you. Grab your pen. Patients like this one, because they always say, I can let it go at any time. It's a good trust exercise.
That's right. If you loop it around a doorknob, make sure the door is closed firmly, latched, or you'll end up hitting yourself with the door.
How often do these things break in the middle and then catch you?
It depends on how strong we get.
It depends on how much you use it too, because eventually it does wear, but it usually takes quite a while.
These are the latex-free ones. The latex-free ones tend to last a little bit longer than the other ones that are real chalky.
And these actually are the light-resistant TheraBands. Okay, this next one is called shoulder abduction, so it's just pulling your shoulders apart. This is opening up that chest. Grab it close to the middle.
Arms straight out in front. Straight out in front.
Arms
Straight.
elbows locked.
And then pull back. Wait.
Keep those elbows straight and come back.
Back to the center. Good.
Opening up the chest.
Right at chest level. No elbows bent.
If it's too easy, grab it more toward the middle. You want to work those muscles. There
bring it in your upper back here.
Again, that's bringing those shoulder blades together. It's opening up the upper chest, improving your posture. Okay, this one is back behind you again at your waist, isn't it? Oh, no, it's in front. I'm sorry. We're going to go across in front.
Elbows bent and at your side. Elbows do not move. Palms open, facing the ceiling.
And get rid of the slack in the middle of it. Make sure that it's taut across the middle. Keep your elbows tucked to your side is the most important part here. Elbows are bent and tucked to your side. Now you're going to pull your hands out to his side. Left hand goes out to the left side, right hand goes out to the right side. And pull. Elbows stay to your side. Working on that rotation from the shoulder.
See what that does for my posture? Your rotator cuff muscles get very weak when you're leaning forward for an extended period of time like the Parkinson's does to most of the patients. So when we work on strengthening your rotator cuffs, my shoulders are rounded, I get this nice straightened up, pulls the shoulders up and back, sets them into a better position. Good.
Try to have the band a little closer to your waist, not up at your chest. So straight out from your waist and pull. Remember to keep the elbows tucked, most important part. Okay, this is difficult. Okay, let's put your right hand on your right knee. Hold the TheraBand in both hands, but put your right hand on your right knee. Now take your left hand, which also has the other end of the TheraBand in it, and put it on top of your right hand. So you have one hand on top of the other.
Top hand's moving, bottom hand is going to stay in place.
So now move your top hand up over that same shoulder. That's it. Keep the other hand on your knee. So you're going in a diagonal across your body. Keep that elbow straight. The arm that's moving, you want to straighten your elbow. Okay, 5 minutes. We're almost there, I think.
And for a lot of patients with pretty severe rigidity, trying to move in a forward fashion or straight up and down fashion can be difficult. So any rotational or diagonal movements across your body tends to loosen you up and tricks your brain to facilitate movements. So we like diagonal pattern exercise.
Let's try the other side real quick. Switch to the opposite knee.
Hand on your left knee.
Left hand, left knee, right hand on top, and pull up across your body. If it's too easy, tighten up on the band. If it's too hard, loosen up. The elbow that moves stays straight. Okay? All right. Okay. All right, that was in diagonals. Now we're going to move straight up and down. So see how Meredith is holding one hand on top of the other, straight in front of you. And then you're going to pull apart, top to bottom, and stretch. Okay, keep those elbows straight so we're working the shoulders.
And then to switch, just switch which hand is on top.
Straight up and down. Keep those elbows straight. Okay. One more. Now this one, wrap the TheraBand around your legs. Go under your knees, under your thighs. Hold it on top. Nice and taut on top. So bring it around to the top. You can hold it with one hand or both if you need to.
Or tie it if you need to. Tight.
And then what you're going to do is spread your knees apart.
Make it nice and tight. That works your hip musculature. A lot of people have weak hips, and that contributes to instability and falls and difficulty with balance. So we do a lot of hip strengthening in therapy.
So knees apart and back together. And you can make it tighter, which of course makes it harder, or loosen up if it's too hard for you. Okay, Meredith, let's buzz through this. She said we're about modeling.
Okay, so the Parkinson's posture. If you look around the room, you might see some of it. It causes forward head, which is that position of your neck leaning forward, rounded shoulders, and then increased what we call thoracic kyphosis in therapy land, but what that means is that hunchback posture. So we've got a few different exercises to help alleviate the Parkinson's posture. First one is called a chin tuck. Where your head should actually be is your ears should be in line with your shoulders. So a chin tuck is bringing your head from that forward head posture back up over your shoulders. And a lot of women are not fans of this one because it kind of gives you that double chin or waddle. So if you don't want to do it in public, you don't have to, but you can do it at home. And that's a great stretch for your posterior cervical musculature that gets very tight when your head is leaning forward on a regular basis. So chin tucks, one of my all-time favorites. I gotcha. Next, for your rounded shoulders. This first one, it's kind of hard to see. It's called scapular retraction. What that means is bringing your shoulders from this forwardly rotated posture up, back, and around. Try to pinch your shoulder blades together in the back.
Squeeze those shoulder blades together.
My cue for my patients. I tell them, pretend I've got $1 million in my hand back here. You got to pinch it to keep it. Good.
Bring your elbows back.
Elbows up, back, pinch together. Very nice. Next one. I'm going to sit in the chair for this one. This is a good time for this one. You guys have been sitting for a while, getting a little stiff. So any chair that's about to the level where every chair that you're sitting in right now, you can use a chair as the natural hinge point for your back. Lift your arms up behind your head. Now open your elbows back and then use the chair to hinge. Head all the way up, elbows back. Take a deep breath in and stretch. If you spend a lot of time during the day reading, sitting at the computer, I tell my patients set an alarm every hour, or when your pill alarm goes off, perform some of these stretches, maybe 10 each hour, just so that you don't sit in this position for extended periods of time throughout the day.
If your shoulders are tight, don't lace your fingers together because you'll tend to push your head down. So you can keep your fingers apart and still bring those elbows back and then arch up, and you'll get a better stretch while you're putting some force on your neck.
So whatever you can tolerate. Like we said, everybody's exercise program looks differently.
20 seconds is great. Don't forget to breathe. We tend to hold our breath when we get up to this position, so do breathe. We're out of time.
We're out of time. But this is a taste of what we do in therapy. We would love to see you all, and I would love to make all of you exercise.
The brochures have